What if the one message that meant he was safe was the one that proved he wasn't? 11:58 p.m. The screen glowed in Linda Grant's dark kitchen. A soft vibration on the counter. Tyler's name lit up like a heartbeat she'd been waiting for. But when she opened it, there was no location tag. No blue dot. Just 2 words. Home safe. 12:04 a.m. Porch light still on. 12:07 a.m. His car still missing from the driveway. 12:10 a.m. Her calls went straight to voicemail. Neighbors later said they saw his headlights pass the corner. But no one saw him park. No one saw him get out. The text was received. The signal never bounced back. The phone never pinged again. Linda's voice on the 911 call cracked. He always texts me that. Every night. Every night. The operator paused, not sure what to say. 3:16 a.m. Police logged the first missing person alert. 3:18 a.m. Marcus Reed checked his phone. A message from Tyler sat unread. Timestamped 11:54 p.m. Sent 4 minutes before the home safe text. 11:58 p.m. Final message. Missing, Tyler Grant, age 27. Main suspect, Evan Cross. But one detail didn't add up. What do you do when the light meant to guide someone home starts to feel like it's waiting for no one? 6:12 a.m. Dawn pressed pale light through the curtains. The porch lamp still burned, the bulb flickering against the morning chill. Linda hadn't slept. The coffee she poured hours ago had gone cold. On the counter, Tyler's breakfast plate, untouched. His keys still hanging by the door. The clock ticked past the time he usually left for work. Detective Sara Holloway arrived just after 7 a.m. bodycam activated. Entry point. No sign of forced access. Observation. Phone charger still plugged in. Bed unslept. Linda whispered. He never goes anywhere without his charger. Sara noted that detail in her field book. Underlined twice. At 7:43 a.m., cell tower logs showed an anomaly. Tyler's phone pinged again. Not near home, but near the Ridgeview overpass, 3 miles north. Yet his car was still missing. Linda followed the detective to the window. Her reflection blurred against the glass. "You think he's out there, don't you?" she asked softly. Sara didn't answer. She just looked at the horizon, where fog was starting to lift. 8:01 a.m. Marcus Reed left a voicemail. "Hey man, you left your trauma kit at the station. You good?" The call went unanswered. When police traced the 11:54 p.m. text, the one before home safe, it originated from a signal tower Tyler had never used before. Same region as the overpass. Different SIM card. 6:12 a.m. The light's still on. 7:43 a.m. Tower ping. Ridgeview overpass. Main lead. New SIM detected. But who was holding his phone? They said cameras don't lie. But what if the truth they captured was edited by time itself? 9:14 a.m. Detective Sara Holloway sat in front of the screen. Security footage from a gas station near Ridgeview overpass flickered frame by frame. Each second felt like a heartbeat. Slow, deliberate, suffocating. Tyler's car appeared at 11:47 p.m. The timestamp matched the phone's final ping. He stepped out wearing his medic jacket, calm, not in distress. Then, 27 seconds later, another figure entered frame. Male, taller, wearing a dark hoodie. No facial recognition hit. Linda watched over Sara's shoulder, her hand trembling on the table. "That's him," she whispered, voice cracking. Sara leaned closer. "You know him?" Linda shook her head slowly. "No, but the way he stands..." Her voice trailed off, like she had seen that posture somewhere before. The man never looked at Tyler. But Tyler turned, like he recognized the presence without seeing it. The body language screamed familiarity, not fear. 11:48 p.m. Tyler and the man disappeared beyond the fuel pumps. Camera 2, angle failure. Camera 3, lens obstruction by condensation. Footage gap, 3 minutes, 41 seconds. When video resumed, the car was gone. Only the flickering neon open sign reflected off the puddles. Sara logged the missing interval, pulled traffic cam data from the nearest intersection. Frame capture, one vehicle speeding south, license plate partially visible. Registered to Evan Cross. Marcus Reed, called in for questioning, clenched his jaw when he saw the image. "That's Evan's Jeep," he said flatly. Then quieter. "But he told me he hadn't seen Tyler all week." Sara froze the frame, zoomed in. The driver's window caught a reflection. Not of Evan. Of someone sitting in the back seat. 11:47 p.m. Gas station footage. Unknown male, dark hoodie. Vehicle ID, Evan Cross, Ridgeview area. But who was in the back seat? What if the only person who saw the truth was too terrified to speak? 2 days after Tyler vanished, April 9th, 6:32 p.m. A storm brewed above Ridgeview River. Detective Sara Holloway met a young woman clutching a soaked notebook like it was her heartbeat. Maya Brooks, 19. Barista. Quiet, anxious eyes that had memorized every shadow. She didn't come to the station. She made Sara come to her. "I saw him," Maya whispered. "The night he disappeared. By the bridge." Sara's pen froze midair. "You saw Tyler Grant?" Maya nodded once, barely. But he wasn't alone. Rain pelted the hood of Sara's car. Maya's hands shook as she unfolded a damp sketch. A crude pencil drawing of 2 figures near the guardrail. One tall, one smaller. The taller figure had a flashlight and a shovel. Maya's voice cracked. "I heard the smaller one say, 'Please, just tell my mom.'" Then, a scream swallowed by thunder. Sara asked for a timestamp. Maya hesitated. Around midnight. That placed her sighting 10 minutes after the gas station footage ended. "But Evan told us he was home by then," Sara muttered. Maya's expression tightened. "Then maybe he wasn't driving alone." Sara studied her, guilt flashing beneath Maya's words. "Why wait 2 days to tell me?" Maya looked toward the water. "Because the man with the shovel, he saw me too." A ripple broke the river's surface. Sara turned, scanning the opposite bank. And there, half buried in the mud, gleamed the edge of something metallic. April 9th, Ridgeview River. Witness, Maya Brooks. Timeline shift, 10 minutes after footage. But he saw her too. What if the thing you find buried wasn't meant to be found at all? April 9th, 7:14 p.m. Detective Sara Holloway crouched beside Ridgeview River, her flashlight beam cutting through sheets of rain. The mud swallowed her boots with every step. That glint Maya had seen wasn't metal, not entirely. Sara brushed away sludge until her fingers met something cold, ridged, familiar. It was a badge. A police badge. Badge number 4219. Evan Cross's late father, once a sheriff in this very town. Sara's pulse quickened. If that badge was here, it wasn't an accident. It was a message. Sara radioed for evidence retrieval, but her signal crackled. She turned to Maya. "You said he saw you?" Maya nodded, rain streaking down her face. "His lights stopped on me for a second. Then he dropped something." Sara stared at the half-buried soil. "Show me where." Maya led her 10 steps downstream, where the earth dipped near a fallen log. Sara dug with her hands, cold water biting into her skin, until the outline of a leather strap surfaced. She pulled. It was Tyler's medical ID pouch, still sealed, still covered in blood. Sara froze, whispering like she didn't want the rain to hear. "Linda said he never took this off?" Maya swallowed hard. "So how did it end up here?" Before Sara could answer, the distant crunch of tires echoed across the bridge. Headlights sliced through the dark, stopping, idling. Someone was watching them. Sara gripped Maya's wrist, whispering, "Don't move." The car's door opened. A silhouette stepped out, tall, still, holding an umbrella. And when the lightning flashed, she saw Marcus Reed. April 9th, Ridgeview Riverbank. Recovered. Tyler's ID pouch plus sheriff's badge number 4219. Someone's watching. Next. Why was Marcus Reed at the river? How well do you really know the people who call you brother? April 9th, 7:42 p.m. Marcus Reed stood by his car, headlights reflecting off the wet asphalt. His face was pale, not from the rain, but from what he saw in Sara's hands. Tyler's blood-stained ID pouch. Sara held it up, steady, unwavering. The same pouch Marcus swore Tyler was wearing when they parted ways. "Why are you here, Marcus?" Sara asked. He looked down, voice cracking. "I was looking for him. I thought maybe he ran off near the river." Maya's eyes darted to Sara, silent alarm. Sara circled him slowly. "You said you hadn't seen him since that morning." Marcus hesitated. "That was true then. But I remembered something." She stopped. "Then why didn't you come to me?" Marcus exhaled. "Because you'd think I was lying." His shoulders trembled, water dripping from his chin. "He called me that night," Marcus whispered. "Said he needed to talk. Said he was scared of someone." Sara's heart dropped. "What time?" 11:40 p.m. The same minute the gas station footage began. Sara tightened her jaw. "So you lied?" Marcus looked up, eyes red. "I didn't lie. I protected him." Sara's tone softened. "Protected him from who?" Marcus's silence lasted too long. When he finally spoke, his words were hollow. "From himself." Sara stepped closer. "What do you mean, Marcus?" He swallowed hard, staring past her shoulder. "Because that night, Tyler wasn't running from danger." He pointed toward the trees. "He was running toward it." Asterisk. The sound of a twig snapping cut through the downpour. Sara turned, flashlight trembling. And there, just beyond the tree line, stood another figure watching. April 9 to 7:42 p.m. Marcus Reed's alibi collapses. New truth. Tyler called him that night. But who's watching from the woods? What if the person you've been searching for never wanted to be found? April 9th, 7:59 p.m. The forest behind Ridgeview River was alive with echoes, the kind that make every breath sound borrowed. Sara's flashlight sliced through the fog, trembling slightly as she followed Marcus's gaze. A figure stood between the trees, motionless, watching. Rainwater dripped from the branches like cold sweat. The silhouette stepped forward, slow, deliberate. A man soaked to the bone. Maya gasped, clutching Sara's arm. "Is that?" It was Tyler Grant. He was alive, but his eyes didn't hold recognition, just exhaustion, and something darker, relief. Sara whispered, "Tyler, we thought you were—" He interrupted, voice shaking. "Gone? I almost was." He glanced at Marcus. "You shouldn't have come." Marcus took a hesitant step forward. "They said you vanished. We've been looking everywhere." Tyler's stare turned cold. "Then stop." Sara's instincts screamed there was more. "What happened that night?" she pressed. Tyler's jaw clenched. "I found out what my father did. What Evan covered up. What this town buried with him." Maya whispered, "The badge." Tyler nodded. "He framed people to protect his friends. When I found proof, they came for me." His voice broke. "Evan tried to make it look like an accident. Marcus tried to stop him. I ran. I hid here. I thought if they believed I was gone, my mom would live." Sara's breath hitched. "You've been here this whole time?" Tyler nodded, tears mixing with rain. "But now it's too late. Evan knows you found the badge. He'll come for all of us." A distant siren wailed, faint, growing louder. Sara turned to Marcus. "We get him out. Now." Marcus reached out a hand and Tyler hesitated, then finally took it. As they walked toward the road, lightning tore open the sky, revealing the badge glinting one last time in the mud. A legacy of lies washed clean by truth and rain. Sara looked back once more. The forest stood still, but somewhere in that silence, the story of Ridgeview was just beginning. April 9 to 7:59 p.m. The truth surfaces. Tyler Grant found alive, but some secrets never stay buried. Subscribe to the Veil of Secret for more true stories that haunt the heart.